hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo, hit it with a high and a low. Yo.
Hello and welcome to The Experience Podcast. I am a multi-dimensional spiritual being having a human experience. My name is Neil, and with me today is a very special person, a person blessed to be here right now.
My name is Dennis, and today we're going to talk about an experience I had back in 2017. When I went to one of the first shows that were related to EDM, and you just heard one of their songs in the intro. The artist's name is Minnesota, and I got to see them the first time in Detroit back in 2017, and before I had seen them in Detroit, I had never even known who Minnesota was. So I had literally just gone to, I just had an experience before that. I had gone to Electric Forest that summer, and this was in the winter of 2017 that I was at Detroit, and me and my friends went to go see Minnesota.
So was he the only artist performing? Or
No, there was another artist by the name of Spaceship Earth, and that was he did the opener for Minnesota, and it was really good as well. But Minnesota, this was the first show that I felt like it was unbelievable as far as the energy in the room and the energy of all the people that were at the show.
What was your intention for going to the show?
I don't remember in particular, but in the summer of, I had had an experience prior to that, and some of my friends had invited me to come to Detroit. And so me and a couple of my buddies went up there, and it was, I don't know that I had a real intention other than just going and being with friends and having a good time. And it ended up, it's kind of interesting that you asked that, because I didn't go with the set intention, but what happened that night was something that I'll probably never forget. There was a point in the show where that song, that the intro, the song's name is High and Low. And when that song came on, my friends and I were pretty much all the way up to the front, and we were just dancing. We were literally just one with the music. I mean, it was as if we were all in sync with the music. Every time the beat dropped or whatever, we were just going for it. We were having a good time, having the time of our life, just dancing. And I mean, there was one point where, and I guess I need to back up a little bit. I did take substances at this show, and just so you know, this video is not to promote drug. It's strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. But I did take 2 doses of LSD, and I had also taken, I believe, 3 doses of MDMA. So when this music came on, my friends and I were pretty much all the way up to the front, and I didn't really know, at this point, I had not really got to know my friends from Detroit that well.
So how did you link up with them in the first place?
Good question. So in 2017, in the summer, I went to an event in Michigan called Electric Forest. And I met a friend there that it was my first friend ever in the EDM community, somebody that I met at a festival. So she invited me to come up there, and I had gone up there, I think the month before that, to a show. So I went up there literally just to hang out and have a good time, because I felt like it was something that was to be learned from going up there and hanging out with these friends. I felt like they knew something that I didn't know that was important for me to know, but I didn't know what it was at that point. But I felt my intuition and I felt a calling to go there.
The friends that invited you, so you met them at Electric Forest?
It was a friend, Lauren.
Wow.
Lauren.
That's incredible.
And at this point, like, Lauren and I would talk all the time, and because I didn't really have any friends in that community at this point.
And we did film a podcast with Lauren, and there will be a card attachment to that podcast in this video. So if you want to check that video out, that will be attached to this one.
Sure. So, and but I think we went to a different show before that night, and then we ended up there, and it was an unbelievable experience.
So at what time did you arrive at the event?
I want to say, and I take that back, because now that I'm thinking, it's been a while, and I don't think we did go to another one. It was just Spaceship Earth and then Minnesota. But we got there, and Spaceship Earth played. There was live painters.
Do you recall the time?
I think like 9:30 or 10.
Sure.
So then Spaceship Earth played for an hour or 2, and then Minnesota played for the rest of the night.
So there was artists there and painters?
Oh, yes. I mean, there was so many things going on at the same time, and it was a very the place where the show was at was very confined space. So it was kind of like a long corridor of low ceilings, and maybe the walls were maybe 20 feet by, no, it was probably more like 30 feet wide by maybe 70 foot long. But it was kind of in a confined space. And I feel like that also had an effect on how the music sounded, because it was like the bass and the music just literally went through the crowd. And that's why it was so intense. So, but going back to the substances that I had taken, so, and I didn't consume all these substances at the same time. I scattered them throughout the night, based off of my friends' advice or whatever, or people that were there. And yeah, so it was going back to, I didn't have any intention when I went, but I felt like there was something that I needed to learn. So we were all the way up close to the stage, and we were just dancing, and we were just having a good time. And I remember there was a certain point where the particular song that came on, when those notes came on, about halfway through the song, where it really goes high, the notes do. I remember thinking, I'm like, it felt as if the top of my head literally opened, and the crown chakra was, if I imagined there was like a beam of light going from my head to on the top directly up to whatever is that higher source, whatever is that, whether it's God or it's that higher power. But I felt so connected that I felt at any moment in that time that my feet could lift off and I could be one, and I was one with whatever that was up there. It was the most amazing, beautiful, blissful, loving feeling I've ever felt in my life.
That's powerful.
Yes. And then shortly after that, there was a little break in the music, and my friends and I, we gave each other, we did a big group hug, and it was so freaking amazing and beautiful. I think everybody was just like literally crying tears of joy, because everybody felt it. It was beautiful.
So how were you feeling prior to that experience? How were you feeling leading up to that moment of feeling super connected and at one and peace and bliss? How were you feeling before that in the evening?
I don't recall exactly, but I do remember I was very, very, very excited, just for the fact that I was spending time with some friends that I didn't know very well, but I felt like I didn't know them very well, but I also felt like I had known her a lifetime, her and her friends. So in that aspect, it was kind of like the whole evening was just one moment. I mean, you know.
Well, while we're talking about that, this whole life is one moment. And it's all about perspective. We only perceive multiple moments because we choose to perceive it that way. It's actually just one moment.
So what is time at that point then?
It doesn't exist. It's a construct. So I want to present something to the viewer here, and what it is a website by the name of simplespirit.com, and it's /products and spiritual healing, and they have products. I'm actually gonna go onto their website and present some of their products. But when you go on their website and you use this discount code, which is Neil, all uppercase 49138, you will receive a 10% discount. And when you do purchase a product, I will receive a 10% cash from the product that you purchased. So it's helping me out as well as giving you that 10% discount. So some of the products that they do have is essentially they have all sorts of products related to crystals and awakening spirituality. They have pyramids, bracelets, pendants, and I'm going to read a few of these. So they have a protection and luck amethyst obsidian pyramid. They have a Horus all-seeing eye chakra pendant. They have a loving energy pink dream catcher with lights. They have a 7 chakra cure bracelet. Also an infinity and stability amethyst obsidian pyramid. A chakra balancing universe bracelet. A rainbow balanced healing tiger's eye bracelet. A Sri Yantra sacred geometry chakra pendant. They have rose quartz healing tree of life pendant, as well as the Zen Buddha obsidian pendant. Also the clarity amethystine lotus pendant, and the anti-anxiety blue tiger's eye bracelet. So these are all products that can be purchased on the simplespirit.co/products/spiritual healing website. So I invite you to go check them out, and remember to use the discount code. And they are sponsoring this video, so we will have their website along with the discount code in the description of this video, so you can find it there. Thank you in advance, and let's get back to what you were talking about.
So after so we did that group hug, and it was a very blissed out, just an amazing time. And so we were up there all dancing, and another thing that I remember was one of my friends that I just made that summer as well. And this might have been, now that I'm thinking, I'm kind of going back in time. But I made another friend in Grand Rapids, and him and his girlfriend were up there as well. I look over and there they are, they're just dancing away and having a good old time. And I see him pop a slice of clementine in his mouth. I look over, I smile at him. Hey man, you got some clementine? No, I didn't ask him that. But he did give me a slice of clementine, and that was the best citrus fruit that I think I had ever experienced up until that point in my life, and I was 27 at that time. I had a lot of oranges, a lot of grapefruits, and a lot of citrus, but that one slice of clementine was probably the best citrus I've ever had in my life. So it ended up, and you asked about performers, like there was Spaceship Earth's.
Well, specifically, we've talked about like the music artists, but
Yeah.
what about like art artists and like the art, and how did that relate to the experience, and where were they located at?
Yeah, so it was kind of like there was the stage, and then there was the main room where the music was at, and then they had an outdoor like a patio or an outdoor fenced in area where people would go out to have smoke breaks. And on the way from the main venue to, and there was also a bar there, but on the way to from the main the main show to the outside smoke break area, they had live painters, and there was only 2 of them. But the one that was there was I remember she had like a clown nose, like a red nose on her, a red ball on her nose. And she looked kind of goofy, but I could tell that she was completely immersed in what she was doing. She was covered in paint. She was having a good time. And all this painting was going on while the music was playing. So like, that was another form of entertainment and part of the show. So it was really cool.
And what were the lights like? Did they have a light setup?
Absolutely. So everything was lights and music. I mean, everything. It was if I would use 2 words to explain or to sum up the show in 2 words, it would be, as far as observation, it would be lights and sound. Like those 2, you were literally immersed in lights and sound the moment you stepped into the room.
And what do we know about music?
Music is life, and life is music. So
Music is vibration and frequency.
yes,
So the vibration and frequency is obviously going to have an effect on the psyche as well as the body at that point.
yes. So with what Neil just said, here's the thing to remember: turn up the music or make your own music and keep on dancing, because life is music and life is a dance. Peace.